need to factor in the weight of the tools, equipment and materials that will be used. If you're pouring concrete or hauling up heavy steel beams, you're going to need a more robust setup than if you're doing light painting or window cleaning. The weight load also impacts the type of material you choose for your scaffolding. Steel or aluminum frames can handle heavier loads, while bamboo or wood might be sufficient for lighter tasks. It's crucial to estimate the maximum weight load accurately. Overloading can lead to structural failure, putting everyone's safety at risk. So, whether you're working on a residential renovation or a large-scale construction project, don't underestimate the importance of weight load. Always consider the maximum load your scaffolding will need to bear. Now let's talk about the accessibility of your construction site. This aspect can have a substantial impact on the type of scaffolding you'll need. If the site is easy to reach with wide open spaces, you can consider larger, more complex scaffolding systems. These will allow for efficient assembly and disassembly, saving time and resources. On the other hand, if the site is in a tight spot, perhaps in an urban environment with narrow access points, you'll need a more flexible system. This might mean opting for modular scaffolding, which can be assembled in various configurations to fit the space. Don't forget about transportation either. The closer your site is to the scaffolding supplier, the less you'll have to spend on transport costs. Plus, it'll be quicker to get any additional components you might need. So, when choosing scaffolding, think about how easy it'll be to get it to the site and set it up. Remember, the easier it is to get the scaffolding to the site and set it up, the better. How long will your project last? This question is crucial when selecting the ideal scaffolding for your job. The project's duration significantly influences the type of scaffolding you'll need. If your project is a quick one lasting a week or two, a simple, easy-to-assemble scaffolding might be all you need. However, if your project will span several months or even a year or more, you'll need a more robust, durable scaffolding setup. Long-term projects expose your scaffolding to the elements, meaning you'll need to think about weather resistance. Rain, wind, and heat can all cause wear and tear over time, potentially compromising the safety and integrity of your scaffolding. Remember, scaffolding isn't just a one-time investment. Ongoing maintenance and inspections are necessary to ensure safety throughout the project's life. So, the longer the project, the more attention you'll need to give your scaffolding. Consider the longevity of your scaffolding relative to the project's duration. What are the specific requirements of your project? That's a question you should ask yourself when choosing the right type of scaffolding. The nature of your work plays a significant role in this decision. For instance, if you're painting a mural on a high wall, you might want a rolling scaffold. This type allows movement along the wall, helping you cover more area without having to dismantle and set up the scaffold again. On the other hand, if your project involves heavy-duty tasks like bricklaying, a stationary scaffold would be more suitable. It offers better stability and can support the weight of bricks and mortar. Or perhaps you're installing windows on a tall building. In this scenario, a suspended scaffold, which can be raised or lowered as needed, could be your best bet. Remember, the goal is to choose a scaffold that not only ensures safety, but also increases efficiency and productivity. Your scaffolding should cater to the specific needs of your project. Ground conditions are another crucial factor. When choosing the right scaffolding for your job, you can't overlook the ground where it will be set up. The stability of your scaffolding is highly dependent on the ground conditions. For instance, soft soil can cause the scaffolding to sink, compromising its stability. In such cases, you might need base plates or mud sills to distribute the weight evenly. On the other hand, if you're dealing with a sloping terrain, you may require leveling jack screws to ensure the scaffolding remains level. Uneven ground can also present challenges. A rolling scaffold with adjustable casters may be your best bet here, providing you with mobility and flexibility. Remember, the ground conditions can change due to weather conditions such as rain, which can soften the ground. So, periodic checks and adjustments are necessary to maintain stability. In conclusion, ensure your scaffolding is stable and safe on the ground it's set up on. Your scaffolding is only as good as the ground it stands on. Don't forget about building regulations. Now, this might seem like an afterthought, but it's anything but. When choosing your scaffolding, it's crucial to keep local building regulations in mind. Why, you ask? Well, these regulations exist to ensure safety and to maintain standards in construction. They dictate the types and configurations of scaffolding permissible in different scenarios. For instance, regulations may require specific scaffolding for high-rise buildings or certain types of work. Ignoring these can lead to serious safety risks, fines, or even work stoppages. Remember, these regulations aren't just red tape. They're there to protect you, your crew, and the public. They're based on years of experience and accumulated wisdom in the construction industry. They ensure that the risks associated with working at heights are minimized. So don't treat them as an inconvenience. Instead, see them as a guide to safe and responsible construction. Always check your local building regulations before setting up scaffolding. Lastly, let's talk about cost. The cost of scaffolding can fluctuate significantly. This is because it is influenced by all the factors we've previously discussed. The height of your project, the weight of the load, the accessibility of the site, the duration of the project, the specific project requirements, the nature of the work, the ground conditions, and the building regulations. All of these aspects contribute to the overall cost. It's crucial to ensure that you accurately budget for scaffolding. Cutting corners may seem tempting, but remember, the cost of scaffolding isn't just about buying or renting the equipment. It's also about ensuring the safety of your workers and the efficiency of your project. The right scaffolding can save time, prevent accidents, and ultimately save money. So, see it as an investment rather than an expense. Remember, the right scaffolding is an investment in safety and efficiency. In conclusion, choosing the right scaffolding is no small task. Let's recap what we've learned. The height of your project matters enormously. A towering skyscraper needs a different scaffolding system than a cozy two-story home. Next, consider the weight of the load. Your scaffolding needs to support not just workers, but also their tools and materials. Accessibility is key. You must select a scaffolding design that fits the site and allows for easy movement. Don't forget to factor in the project's duration. A long-term project might require a more durable, weather-resistant scaffolding. Your project's specific requirements, the nature of the work, and the ground conditions are equally important. These factors could impact the stability and safety of your scaffolding. Lastly, always keep in mind the building regulations and cost. Staying within your budget while following the rules is crucial for a successful project. With these considerations in mind, you're well equipped to choose the right scaffolding for your next construction project.